In the heart of China's Yunnan province, archaeologists unearthed a 7,100-year-old skeleton that would challenge our understanding of human ancestry. This discovery revealed a ghost lineage, a previously unknown branch of humanity that has left a genetic imprint on modern Tibetan populations. Join us as we journey through time to uncover the secrets of this ancient ancestor and explore how this finding reshapes our perception of human evolution. The discovery was made in Yunnan, a region steeped in natural beauty and deep history. Towering mountains flank lush river valleys, and for thousands of years, these landscapes have harbored diverse cultures and isolated human groups. Among these quiet hills, at the Xingyi archaeological site, lay the remains of a woman who lived over 7 millennia ago. She was buried in a shallow pit with no signs of ceremony or grave goods. Her bones were not accompanied by jewelry, tools, or pottery, just silence and soil. But that silence would soon be shattered by science. Radiocarbon dating placed her death around 7,100 years ago, a time of enormous cultural change across the region. This was the Neolithic, the dawn of agriculture, when humans began to domesticate plants and animals, transitioning from nomadic foragers to sedentary villagers. And yet, isotope analysis suggested that this woman lived largely on wild foods. Her diet was rooted in the landscape: seeds, nuts, tubers, small game, pointing to a lifestyle on the fringes of early farming societies. She was dubbed Xingyi by researchers, referring to her early Neolithic origin and the site where she was found. But she was more than just an outlier. She would become a scientific milestone. When researchers sequenced her genome, they didn't find what they expected. Her DNA was startlingly different from other ancient East Asians. It didn't cluster with known populations from northern or southern China, nor with groups from Southeast Asia or the Indian subcontinent. Instead, it pointed to something else entirely, a deeply divergent human group, previously unknown, which had survived in isolation for tens of thousands of years. This was a ghost lineage, a human population known only from the trace evidence it left in our genes. It was not Neanderthal. It was not Denisovan. It was not any group catalogued before. It was something wholly unique, modern human, but ancient, basal, and genetically distinct. Dubbed the Basal Asian Xingyi lineage, this group likely split off from other modern humans shortly after the Great Migration out of Africa, possibly more than 40,000 years ago. It had managed to persist in relative isolation, surrounded by other evolving human communities, but somehow genetically unblended until much later. Ghost lineages are elusive. They leave no skeletal remains, no clear cultural fingerprints. Their only clues are the faint echoes in modern DNA, signals that some other human group, unknown to archaeology, once lived, loved, and had children who passed on fragments of their ancestry. Xingyi is the first physical evidence of such a lineage in this part of the world. This groundbreaking study was published on May 29, 2025 in the journal Science. It was led by Dr. Xiaomei Fu, a world-renowned paleogeneticist at the Institute of Vertebrate Paleontology and Paleoanthropology in Beijing. Her team undertook a genomic analysis of 127 ancient individuals from southwestern China, ranging in age from 1,400 to more than 7,000 years old. This was not just a genetic survey, it was a reconstruction of time itself. The team tracked how ancestral lineages ebbed and flowed, how some interbred and others vanished. Their work painted a picture of ancient East Asia as a complex genetic mosaic, with lineages weaving in and out like rivers merging and parting. The Xingyi woman's DNA stood apart. Her lineage was so divergent that she effectively opened an entirely new chapter in the story of human evolution in Asia. Through her, we now know that the genetic diversity of ancient humans in East Asia was much richer and more fragmented than previously assumed. Yunnan is not just a biodiversity hotspot. It's also a hub of deep human history. Its mountainous terrain and river systems have long fostered isolation, allowing small groups of people to develop independently, preserving languages, customs, and, as it turns out, genetics. The discovery of this ghost lineage here makes perfect sense. The terrain could have acted as a genetic barrier, allowing this population to survive alongside, but apart from, other human groups for thousands of years. This explains how a lineage that diverged more than 40 millennia ago could remain genetically distinct up until the Neolithic. Even more intriguingly, traces of this ancient lineage still exist today. Modern Tibetan populations, renowned for their adaptations to life in high-altitude environments, carry fragments of this ghost DNA. It's a genetic echo of a people long vanished, preserved in those who now thrive on the roof of the world. Human evolution is not a straight line. It is a braided river, a network of tributaries, eddies, and hidden branches that flow together and apart, sometimes vanishing, sometimes rejoining. The discovery of the basal Asian Shingi lineage is a powerful reminder of this truth. We are not descended from a single ancient people, but from many. Our blood is a mosaic. The people who lived in isolated pockets of what is now China, Southeast Asia, and the Tibetan plateau each contributed their threads to the tapestry of modern humanity. This ghost lineage, revealed through the genome of a single woman, forces us to rethink our narratives. It challenges assumptions of neat migration patterns or sweeping cultural conquests. It shows that history is more granular, more fragmented, and more astonishing than we dared believe. Tibetans today are some of the most genetically unique people on Earth. They have evolved traits that allow them to flourish at altitudes where others would struggle to breathe. For decades, scientists have traced these adaptations to ancient DNA, including contributions from Denisovans. Now we know there's another piece to the puzzle: the basal Asian lineage discovered in Yunnan. Though the exact function of this ancient DNA is still unknown, its presence in modern Tibetans suggests that it played a role, whether in immunity, metabolism, or even social behavior. The ghost lineage doesn't just tell us where Tibetans came from, it invites new questions. What traits might it have passed on? How did it shape human evolution in extreme environments? And are there other hidden ancestors waiting to be discovered in the genetic data? This is not just the story of a skeleton. It is the story of forgotten people, of voices long buried, whispering through genomes, of a lineage that survived against all odds through changing climates, shifting cultures, and encroaching migrations. The discovery of Shingi En shows that we still have much to learn about ourselves, that our origins are not fixed points on a map, but evolving landscapes of connection and divergence, and that sometimes one ancient woman buried in silence can change everything. The past is not dead. It lives in us. It shapes who we are, how we breathe, and where we come from. The ghost lineage of Yunnan is a reminder that even lost ancestors can speak, and when they do, the story of humanity gets richer, deeper, and more wondrous. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, hit subscribe, because there are more lost chapters of our human story waiting to be uncovered, and together we're going to find them.